This storm will kill you.
Look! I'm telling you! You know what I mean, folks?
But if rich people aren't looking out for us, who is?
It makes no difference which one of us you vote for. Either way, your planet is doomed.
You're listening to the Our Take Podcast with Brian Sherman.
He had a full head, all the way till the end. It was white, and I was hoping to get that. I was hoping to get, like, the full head, and it was really hard to cut it off.
And Spencer Rogers.
To be a good pilot, you have to be able to make good decisions, and I know what my credit score is, so I know I don't make good decisions.
This is the Our Take Podcast.
From Scary Parrot Media Studios in Ogden, Utah, it's the Our Take Podcast, episode 123. I'm Brian,
Oh, I'm Spencer.
working on his camera.
I gotta figure out a better way to do this. Anyway, yeah, I'm here.
Welcome to the show, everybody.
What's going on?
If you listened to the show early last time, that was before Spencer fixed the audio problem.
Oh, yeah.
We have this music in the background that plays for a little bit, and apparently it was kind of loud.
Yeah, there was an issue that I forgot to take care of, and
Yeah. So
anyway,
know.
it won't happen again, and unless it does.
you can send us a message, though. Like, don't just put up with it.
Yeah, you didn't. It just goes to show that you don't listen to the podcast. It was your wife that messaged me and was like,
You're right.
"Hey, this sounds awful."
I mean, we record
And I was like, "Whoa!" And she was like, "No, you messed up the audio."
it's like 2 or 3 hour long episodes. I don't listen to them.
Well, you used to. You used to listen to the whole thing before we sent it out.
Only when I had like an hour long commute.
Oh yeah, you don't
when
do
I had
that
time.
anymore.
Yeah.
Is that?
And then I decided there was a time when I said, Spencer keeps fucking things up, so I'm going to listen to these before
No, that's that's a good idea.
he puts my address in there or something. Hey, find us at the Arctic Pod on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, really just TikTok, or the Arctic Podcast.
What are you talking? We haven't posted on TikTok
I know,
in like 6 months.
But that's the only platform that you and I really
well,
play on anymore.
Are we not doing anything in our episodes worth putting on TikTok, or
I haven't
is it out of
watched
sheer laziness?
Both.
I told you to send me the clips, and I don't think you ever
I
did.
sent you the video. Anyway, whatever. But, by the way, I don't know if you noticed, the arcticpodcast.com just got updated with a bunch of new merch.
I saw that you went on my Printful account, and maybe looks like you didn't know how to use it
What do you
because
mean?
there were like 10 of the same images uploaded.
I don't know why it kept doing that. Whatever. So, anyway, there's socks on there now, beanies, mouse pads. I put your mooncast.
Oh yeah, I was gonna actually get that made, and
Yeah, they're up there. So the arcticpodcast.com. I don't think our margins are that crazy. Okay,
they've raised their prices a little bit. It's getting kind of
It's not us though, is what I'm saying.
tricky.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's February the 28th.
Did I make this or did you?
I did.
Oh.
I made all the cool stuff. On this day in history, if you're not already having an existential breakdown, in 1932, Charles Lindbergh's son was kidnapped.
Maybe.
What do you mean, maybe?
Isn't there conspiracies
Well, I'm sure there is, but I don't
that
think
he like killed his own son and flushed him down the toilet or
Oh, that's
something?
terrible.
Isn't-
No,
there must be a Family Guy or something that does that.
probably. No,
It
I'm
must
pretty
be.
sure they found his body.
Did they?
We
The
gotta know
Lindbergh
now.
baby?
We
I
gotta
don't
know.
know, man.
Did they find the Lindbergh baby? The body of kidnapped baby was accidentally found, partly buried and
Did you
badly
say
decomposed.
accidentally
Yeah.
found?
4.5 miles southeast of the Lindbergh home, 45 feet from the highway near Mount Rose, New Jersey, in Mercer County.
Ah.
This was one of the most publicized crimes of the century, right up there with
Oh my gosh.
Elizabeth Smart.
I was right.
There's a
You know
conspiracy.
what happened to the Lindbergh baby?
Charles, he's only 6 months old.
Honey, would you relax? God, I flew across the Atlantic by myself. I'm a national treasure, for God's sake. I think I know how to... Ah! Oh, God! Oh, God!
The baby was in the toilet, or was sitting on
All
the
right.
toilet.
This is so messed
He
up.
was kidnapped. You call the police. I'll write the ransom note.
What about Amelia? She saw everything.
Amelia Earhart.
You leave her to me.
That's like a first season episode right
There
there.
you go.
Did you watch Saturday Night Live?
Yeah.
Did you? This last one with
Yep.
John Mulaney?
Yep.
He's so funny.
He is funny.
His skits are so funny.
Dude, they're so silly.
I know.
The monkey judge was so hilarious.
I laughed to the extent that I almost as hard as I did when I saw the What We Do in the Shadows, stroke, stroke, stroke. When the slime hit him.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
I don't know why is the way he said Jesus. Like I just even now I watch it. I just
that
start,
sketch too. Like the first one was like just a ball of like a hard green
it's
thing.
like
hit the-
cement. Oh, I lost the bucket.
Oh man, yeah. If you haven't watched this week's SNL, it was good.
Yeah,
There
was.
There were some complaints that Weekend Update was cut short,
Yeah, it was. It was kind of weird,
but it's probably because the sketches were kind of
yeah,
long.
because he has to do his musical. He always
Right.
does the musical,
Right.
and it was good. There was a the Jesus Christ. I may be the actual Jesus Christ. He's wearing the Islanders or something,
Yeah.
the beer helmet.
Yeah.
Oh man.
It's
That was-
80 Bryant.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I highly recommend if you watch any episode this year, check out that one
true.
last week
That
or
was
last
good.
Saturdays.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And LCD sound system. It sometimes just doesn't come through the TV right.
Are you like that?
If you like LCD sound system,
I guess I
and
don't
you're in the
because
right-
I honestly almost killed myself listening to
if
them.
you're in the right mood, most SNL performances I fast forward through.
I do because
I
I
don't-
hate most all the music
I don't
that
know if
they
it's,
have on
well,
there.
Even artists that I like, I don't know. It just doesn't come through right.
I guess.
I don't know. Whatever.
It just sounded like nonsense. Like it was just like
You know, if someone were to ask me, would Spencer like LCD sound system? I'd probably say no.
oh well, yeah.
And that's nothing. That's not like a negative thing. That's just me knowing you.
Right.
You know, it's like if someone asked you, would Brian like Good Charlotte?
Then I'd say, of course he does.
No.
He is
yeah.
the creation of techno music.
This is what I heard.
Wait a minute, what key are we in?
No, none of that.
Right. Yeah. That first song they played, it definitely had that like fuzz thing. Whatever.
Yeah.
You'll watch it.
It was something.
Yeah.
Or don't. I don't know. So before we get into, terrible things,
Sure.
I feel like if we were planning to do this episode yesterday, and I feel like if we would have, there would have been so much like anger, and I've kind of mellowed out since yesterday
Oh man.
and the weekend. And
Well, what were you mostly mad about?
well, I want to tell you about
Oh.
some positive
Okay.
news first.
All right.
Not lighter news, but something positive. Now,
Sure.
you may recall a couple episodes ago, we talked about. That is so annoying. Somebody taught my bird to do that, and he just won't shut the up right
It's
now.
whistling.
He's just
I
saying.
can't tell if it's coming through my
no,
mic or through.
it could be. I don't know. He's really loud. It's fine. Anyway,
People like it.
speaking of birds, I don't know.
Just pretend like we're in a park, unless you're watching it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, African greys. We talked about altruistic African greys.
Yes.
Remember?
Yes.
Where they would they separated the African greys, and they gave them currency
Right.
essentially, and they taught them that in order to get a treat,
They had to use.
they had
currency.
to use currency.
And when one noticed.
And so they were just like little nuts, little
Right.
uh
a non-fungible token.
yeah, sure. They were not like nuts because birds eat nuts, but they were what
Like a bolt and a nut.
yes,
A s-
yes,
a- yeah.
that kind
A
of let's
galvanized-
say washer.
Okay, that's better.
probably better, right? It's probably what it actually is.
I don't
anyway,
know. I didn't see it.
yeah, and so they taught them to do it, and then they started doing it, but then they took the currency away from one of the African
From one of them,
greys,
Right.
and the other African greys would give the other birds currency to buy treats.
Right. They wouldn't just give them a treat.
Mm-hmm.
They would give them the currency so that they could buy their treat on their own.
Right.
Right.
And
Socialism.
right.
Yeah.
And they tried it with other parrots. African greys are the smartest parrot, or pretty much the smartest bird that we know of.
Right.
Their intelligence is pretty close to chimps,
Up there with the,
possibly more than
what-
chimps.
Are
yeah.
they smarter than a raven? Do you know?
Well, hold on.
Oh, okay.
Hold on. But anyway, so they tried it with like macaws, and there were some, but it was more that they would give them food. They were a little bit more greedy, not quite as intelligent, but
They didn't see the step.
Right.
They were like, "Well, I'll share my food, but I'm not going to give you money."
Well, even then they did it a little bit, but not
This is
nearly
what-
to the amount that
Some
the Greys
people-
did.
Some people do that with the homeless.
That's true.
They're like, "I won't give them money, but I'll give them food."
Right. Well, there is some logic to that, but
That African Grey is just going to go
Yeah.
buy booze.
yeah.
So I'll give it. I'll give
Macaws
it.
are known drunks.
Food. Right. Yeah. Little did the experimenters were also giving them booze.
They gave them tokens, and next thing you know, he's got crystal meth. Like, what the hell? Where did he get the crystal
Yeah,
meth?
They gave him
That's
crystal
what
meth.
you do when you give macaws money. They'll
Right.
go find crystal meth.
The experimenter would then punish the macaw, so they knew that it was bad to have crystal meth.
Oh.
It just went way too far.
Right.
Yeah.
So, crows, ravens, and magpies are all in the same family. I should be able
Magpies
to
are-
tell you what it's Corvus.
Corvus. Yes.
That's it. They're all in the same family, and they're all really smart. And
Magpies are jerks, though.
they can be.
Ravens and crows mind their own business.
Yeah,
They'll drop nuts from the light
Yeah,
pole.
yeah. Magpies are known, especially in Australia, where the story comes from, to be pretty aggressive.
Yeah.
Anyway, so they got 5 or 6 magpies, and they attached, I think they were cameras and GPS trackers
Okay.
because they wanted to record their social behaviors.
Yeah.
And so they gave them these vests, and birds. First of all, that was
Oh, we lost a camera.
oh my gosh, that was never gonna work because birds hate anything restricting like that.
Right.
And so
They were like a full vest? I mean, how does that work with
it goes under their. It's like a harness. It kinda
Okay.
goes
All
under
right.
their feathers. I have one for my birds, but like I said, they hate it, and so I've never really gotten them to use it. But
Right.
so anyway, they put them on the birds, and the idea was to have them keep them on there and see their social interactions with the other birds. But within like hours, other magpies would come over and help them get them on.
Really?
Yeah. And so, and they noted that there was no reward in it for the other magpies. They just came over to help them
Yeah.
get the cameras off. And within, I think they said a couple hours, all of the cameras were gone. They were lost.
That's crazy.
Now there
Let
is
me help you get this shit off.
yeah, basically.
Stupid humans.
There is like one downer scientist in the study, and she was all like, "It could be that I'm trying to do an accent. It was like a German accent or something. That the wow, I am not good at accents.
No, you just went deeper.
Yeah, I know it was weird.
Like
Anyway,
she has a
she
deep voice.
sounded mean, and she was like, "It could be that they just wanted the harness, but I don't know."
Is there any evidence that they took them somewhere to their own?
No,
nest or
no.
something?
They just said they dropped them somewhere, so it's unclear.
Well, that doesn't
but
hold water then.
the overwhelming theory is that they were just being altruistic and helping each other out.
Right.
Which actually isn't to me a surprise because these are the Corvus.
Corvus.
Man, they are known to like almost have bird funerals and stuff when
Yeah.
they, they'll circle around their dead comrades, and so it's not super shocking.
Comrades. Of course.
These aren't
Comrades. on
these
your
aren't
mind.
Russian magpies. My apologies. They are Australian.
Mate. They have funerals for their mates,
Yeah, there you go.
not
Yeah.
for their comrades.
Comrade magpie. Oh, yeah, the Russian magpies
Come, let
don't.
me get vest off.
The Russian magpies don't care. They're just hoping,
I see American camera on you.
Yeah.
Come over.
Oh,
comrade
so
magpie.
Just
That's got to be a shirt.
just some more more examples that animals don't deserve us, and
It's true.
they're better than we are.
Yeah.
What is this?
Oh, I went to. Ashley has an office in Ogden here, right? For
Uh-huh.
for her work.
Yeah.
And so I went. I've been working from home.
For like years now.
Yeah.
Basically.
And well, I did at my last job I went in like 2 days a week. Remember?
Yeah. Okay. Wow.
And the bathroom's there.
Yeah.
I realized that's the first time I said bathroom, and people don't know what we're talking about. They don't see our screen, so they just heard me talk about work, and I was like, the bathroom's there.
Oh.
Whatever. They were there like own. Not just a stall, like it was own room.
Like English style, like
its
they are
own-
in most other countries.
It was basically like 4 family bathrooms.
Right.
Then there was a normal bathroom with stalls,
Okay.
but no one was ever there. So I had our
right,
own room.
right.
Anyway, I went to Ashley's work just work from her office for one day, just get out of the house.
Uh-huh.
And I needed to use the bathroom, and I went down, and it's a nice bathroom, normal 2-stall setup,
Right.
2 urinal.
Pretty standard.
But as I was sitting in there, I realized how much I missed it.
What, pooping with other people?
No one's in there.
Oh.
And I miss the stall aspect. I miss the, like, some people might think it's claustrophobic. I miss being enclosed.
You like being able to smell everything as
Yeah.
it, permeates the toilet. You like the...
I feel safe.
Yeah.
I feel safe in my bathroom stall.
Well, when the walls go to the down to the bottom, you don't really have to worry about people, sticking machine guns underneath or cameras.
Right, or coming on your foot. Yeah.
What are they doing in the bathroom to come on your foot?
I don't know. What do people do? I don't know.
I've never done that in a public bathroom.
Me neither.
That didn't sound convincing.
Have you ever seen those YouTube videos of the guys who like do it with like fake lotion?
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So freaking nasty.
And they get like stabbed.
Yeah, right? Like why wouldn't you?
Anyway, I typed in this note while I was sitting there. I was like, I miss bathroom stalls, and I realized you go to work every day, so you don't.
And mine are not great. And in fact, we've talked about that before. How I have to go down the other hall because it's the doorstop is broken, and so they just have it permanently open.
No, you can't have that.
Now the other doorstop is broken, so I'm just kind of like screw it, and I just go in the hall. I just go wherever I want.
Why is the door open if the door stopped?
No, it's so it won't stay up. The door like when you put it up, the doorstop.
Yeah.
It won't stay up, so it just comes down. So if you put the doorstop up and close the door, when the next person opens it, it just flops down, and the door just kind of stays open wherever.
I guess I don't know the mechanics of the particular door you're talking.
You know what?
about.
I'm going to drop
One
a
way-
diagram. We're getting another 4.5 million views.
Yeah. And I don't know. I knew you wouldn't understand because you've never had to miss them.
Well, I will say that when I was at my old office in Salt Lake City, the upper floors, there was a nicer tech company up there, and they had those kind of stalls.
Yeah.
And I made frequent trips up the elevator.
I just miss the,
Yeah.
And it's not like my bathrooms they're normal. They're not like giant, right?
You can get bathrooms. Like my sister's new house has the bathroom, and then it has
Right.
like a stall.
A place for the toilet.
You would like that.
Yes, I would.
That would be right up your
I
alley.
like feeling enclosed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be the safest place to be during a Russian attack or something too.
Right.
So
Which we might need to consider.
I'm pretty screwed, I think.
Always hide in the bathtub. That's actually better than the toilet.
Is it?
I mean, I don't know.
I know about
Only-
tornadoes. I don't know about nuclear attacks.
Only
That's
if
not
it's,
my era, but I guess it is now.
Only if it's cast iron, right?
Oh yeah,
have a
that
cast
really
iron tub.
repels the radioactivity.
Cast iron tub's where it's at. Have you ever had to remove a cast iron tub?
No, I guess not. No,
It's miserable.
I've seen it done, but I haven't.
The only way to
really
do it is
played
with it-
part to it.
Unless you're going to reuse it for some reason. The only way to do it is to break it with
Oh.
a sledgehammer.
Oh, all right.
So you just start and the porcelain chips off and gets in your eye.
Well, that's why you wear eye
I
protection.
know. It
but
finds
no
it-
one
it
ever
finds
does.
its way. It finds its way. But like sharp shards of cast iron and porcelain, and you have to
Sharp shards. That's
Sharp
a great
shards.
band.
That's
Sharp
true.
shards for cast iron.
Yeah,
It's a band name, isn't it?
yeah. I
No,
think so.
I don't know.
And they weigh like 300 pounds. Funny story. My dad was building one of our houses when I was a
Okay.
kid. He was
Is this the one when he stole the backhoe from the construction people?
No. This one he was doing the plumbing, and we had like our house was like a 3 levels but split, so it was like 6 levels, right? Like short stairs, tall
Right,
stairs, short.
right.
Anyway, he was carrying a tub all the way up to like the 5th floor, and he used to just put him on his back, so he was in the tub, and then just walk up the stairs, right? Does that make sense?
That sounds like something I wouldn't be able to do now.
No. Well, he couldn't do it, and he got stuck on the stairs because his legs just gave out, you know? He got this cast iron tub stuck on top of him on the stairs.
How did he remedy that situation?
I think he just, you know.
He just stayed there until someone. I live here now.
Yeah. This is my nightmare. I don't know. I think he just probably sat there for a minute and then pumped himself up.
My life is over.
Got that old man brute
He just
strength.
kind of put it over himself to. At least he had some shelter.
Yeah.
To
Comrade Magpie, come help. Oh man.
Oh man. So now I'm trying to find the clip here, and maybe if I can't find it, then I'll put it in
the break.
Yeah. It's a clip from us, and it's when we talked about one of my UFO theories.
Yeah.
About them actually being time travelers.
Right.
Do you remember what I said?
That they are that they're time travelers?
Yeah, but do you remember why I said they were here?
Oh, yeah. Because they're here to witness the beginning of World War III.
Right.
Right.
So
You're right.
So what did I tell you? I said if you were to go back in time, where what part of history would you maybe want to see? And I said, I can't remember what you said. It was something stupid. Just joking. I said I'd like to go.
The birth of Benjamin Franklin.
Witness the events that led up to Germany, and so I was like, so maybe that's why they're here now, to witness something that's worse than World War II.
Right, which we went deeper into this theory, which would be like maybe they don't have a ton of control.
Right.
Otherwise, we'd be seeing a bunch of them right now.
Just like up there, like, you guys just going to watch this, huh?
Oh, man.
Sorry, we can't interfere.
I mean, they might be. They might just not be in the atmosphere.
Yeah.
They might be watching with a telescope from space.
That gets tricky, though, because then they would be actually watching like the 60s.
No.
Depending how far away they are.
They're here, but just in space, so we can't see them with our naked eye. You know what I'm saying?
They're on the moon?
No, they could just be like up there next to the space station.
You know they're going to just crash the space station in like 5 years?
I did, and I saw an article that I didn't read. But
it's always good to do your fact checking.
Well, you read the headline.
I'm going to do my own research after this for sure.
The headline gave me enough info, which was like, is it possible to bring back the space station?
Mm-hmm. I can't imagine.
I don't think it said in one piece, but intact, basically,
Right.
like piece at a time. Bring it back the way we brought it up.
That seems like a massive waste of
Well,
resources.
That's why I didn't read it, because I was like, no one's going to go for that.
You don't know. At the end of that article, they could have been like, actually, it'd be surprisingly easy. We just lasso it. And
Put shoots on. Speaking of the space station crashing, did you see the Russian general?
No, I don't know. Maybe.
I just saw this before I came over. Hang on. Elon Musk has promised to keep the ISS in space if he needs to.
Okay.
Because the Russian general in charge of their space program tweeted a series of tweets after the sanctions. Let's see. I'm on the Hill right now. The website.
You still think Space Force is stupid?
Yeah, I do.
No. That's what I thought.
It's just part of the Air Force.
Uh-huh. So are the Marines. Part of the Navy.
If you block, let's see. If you block cooperation with us, who will save the ISS from an uncontrolled deorbit and fall into the United States or Europe? There is also the possibility of a 500-ton structure falling on India and China. Do you want to threaten them with such a prospect? The ISS does not fly over Russia, therefore all the risks are yours. Are you ready for them? This is a Russian general threatening us
with our own
space station that we share with the Russians and many other countries.
What's going on with them up there? Do you think
the astronauts always get
they're on the other side? Like you stay on your end of the spaceship, and the Ukrainian astronauts just like shit.
You fucking capitalist.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Currently, there are 4 NASA astronauts, 2 Russian cosmonauts, and 1 European astronaut, heavily outnumbered.
They should probably just stay up there. Just like, I'm
Yeah.
just gonna
Anyway,
live up here.
he's
now.
clearly just pulling a Trump and just tweeting from his toilet, like, what if we let it crash into United States?
You know why? It's because Putin is yelling at him, and he's like, I have nothing. I have nothing.
I'll get to that in a sec. But, like, people, you got to understand how big the oceans are.
Yeah.
If something falls from space, the odds are exactly whatever the ratio of water is to land, right?
Yeah.
The odds are like 75% that it will fall in water.
This is happening in like 4 years or 5 years, and they already know where it's going to land. They've already planned it out, and they've given themselves like a 1,500-mile margin of error.
Not to mention, this
in
stuff is
every direction.
incredibly thin and light because they had to get it there. So it's gonna even if they thrusted the whole thing into the atmosphere, it would probably burn up anyway.
Yeah, like Mir. Didn't that happen to Mir?
Yeah, everything comes back crashing in.
I just don't understand why we need to crash it. Is it just not?
I don't.
I
have no idea
like,
the reason
There's
why.
just no fuel to, because you know
Well,
they
could
do have to
refuel it. If anything, they should push it out to the moon.
Or does it just kind of smell in there now?
It's so old. Anyway, but fear not. Elon tweeted the SpaceX logo back at that guy, at this Russian general, saying, "We'll take care of it."
One of our capitalist companies will have to take care of it,
right?
Because we have money right now because our banks work.
But there's more. Sorry, stand by.
Wait, the article you didn't read?
No, this is
Are
a
you
new,
skimming
this is
it
a
now?
different article. They interviewed a former astronaut, and he said the Russian segment can't function without the electricity on the American side, and the American side can't function without the propulsion systems that are on the Russian side. So you can't do an amicable divorce. You can't do a conscious because there's talk about uncoupling. Like, literally, we're going to close the door and uncouple these two segments, but Russians have the thrust, we have the electricity.
You know what I bet would happen, since astronauts are intelligent people, you know, they have to be pretty smart.
Sure.
They'd probably just be like, oh, yeah, Vlad, yeah, we're separated. You know, we closed the hatch. And
yeah, we're around the
don't,
moon now.
Don't worry about it. Yeah, we're good. We're cool. Man, don't worry about us.
Then they accidentally leave the mic on. Stupid motherfucker.
Dumbass.
And a missile takes off.
Oh, okay. Well, let's get into it then. Let me start by telling you last week the events that led to me not getting any sleep for roughly 3 days.
Yeah.
Last week on Tuesday night, we had a windstorm. Were you? Did you?
No, I was not aware. Here? In Ogden?
Yeah. It was like 60-mile-per-hour winds.
I don't know. I'm kind of blocked.
My
by
siding was like flew off my
Really?
house.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wow. No, I'm kind of blocked by that hill. You know.
Okay.
But no,
All
I
right.
don't. I must have slept right through it.
So yeah, there was like 50 to 60-mile-per-hour winds, and
It's. I don't think anyone
I
hears
know,
it. It
it's
sounds
just-
like it's in the
it's just
background.
loud. And they were they.
It's the birds. It's the birds.
My head is right next to the wall. I'm like, man, and my siding is like slapping against the house, like, 'cause the guy that put it on there, I think, just used like Elmer's glue or something. I don't think he used liquid nails or real nails. He's like, do you guys have a glue stick? They're just
It's not like the wind's gonna blow.
yeah. So yeah, I was up like all night. I was up all night.
Yeah.
And I was so tired the next day at work. I was just dragging ass all day.
So this was the night before we jammed. Then is that why you were so tired when we were jamming, or was that night?
Yes.
Either way, it doesn't matter. You were tired.
They didn't invade Ukraine the night we jammed.
I can't remember.
All right. Anyway, so yeah, so it was terrible, and then I get home late because I came into work late, and I go into my bird room, and one of my birds has died.
Oh,
I mean,
sorry.
she was ill. It it was going to happen at some points, but it was still quite upsetting. I've had her for 5 or 6 years.
Yeah.
And earlier in the week, or last week, I started to tone down my antidepressants. Anyway, I was in a pretty emotional place. And then that same night, Ukraine started getting invaded.
Yeah.
And I made the decision to just tune in and watch every ounce of news that I could. And
you can't help it.
Yeah, right,
You know,
right.
It's like
I got so cryy and emotional and angry. I was up till like 4 a.m.
Yep.
watching it. And then the next day, I guess it was Thursday, I called my boss and I was like, I can't. I'm staying home today. I just need to take today off.
Good for you.
My bird died. Ukraine's been invaded.
Yeah.
I haven't slept in 2 nights.
I honestly, so January. Let me just go back in time. January 6th.
Okay.
Of 2020.
2020? Oh,
2021.
Okay. It's like I don't even know what happened on
2021.
January 6th, 2020 was the good days. Do you remember?
It was the good days. Fuck.
Rona was just, a whisper on the horizon.
Right. It was like on a cruise ship.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I remember that day spending a lot of time online and on Facebook, kind of like just seeing what people were saying, and I was given like a rundown.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why. That's what you did on Facebook, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then my boss called me like a few days later and was like, "Hey, somebody noticed how active you were on Facebook. We just want to make sure you're working." I was like, dude, like there was a fucking insurrection going on. Like you can take it out of my PTO if it really bothers you, but I was having a hard time concentrating.
Mm.
My point to this is that I have the same, like I'm the same way.
Can we rewind and say I'm glad you left that company? That's
Yeah, but the same thing when the day after Ukraine
who
invaded.
tattled on you?
I have no idea.
Okay, sorry, it's very upsetting.
It's the second time that happened to me. So this was a job where I was making calls all day.
Uh-huh.
Right, all I was doing was making phone calls.
Uh-huh.
And when we were in the office, I used to play Minesweeper while I was making calls.
Right.
I had 3 monitors or 2 I can't remember. 2 monitors, and I'd play Minesweeper while I was dialing.
Yeah.
If someone happened to answer,
great.
Minimize.
Yeah.
And
I
sure
watch
enough,
full TV shows at work.
different supervisor
And
at the time. Yeah.
I still get all my work done. It's just I don't know. Maybe
Different
it's our
supervisor.
generation. I don't know.
Yeah, different supervisor at the time came to me and said, "Hey, someone noticed that you're playing a lot of games." I'm like, "Who?" Well, I mean, it doesn't matter. I'm like, "Are you serious?" I'm like, "I'm making calls. I'm making phone calls. It takes one brain cell to hit dial. If someone answers, I say hello. Anyway, whatever. So that's the same job."
Yeah.
But the same thing happened here the day after. I was telling Ashley, like, I have a hard time just going like BAU here while this stuff's happening. I know
Right.
that business has to go on and whatever, but can we just take a moment? You
Right.
know?
Right.
Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It was. I was way more upset over this than January 6th. I'll be honest. I mean, January 6th is bad, but this
It's
is
a different level of
this
scary.
is enraging me.
Right. It's a totally different kind of anger and
part of the reason I
yeah.
was so like emotional that night is I was thinking, so my bird died. I'm already sad with pets, and then they're showing pictures of them running with their dogs and stuff, and I get like teary just thinking about it now. I'm like, my gosh, dude! These not only are these people terrified, they've got animals that are terrified. They've got kids that are terrified. They've got,
Yep.
and the most damning thing is there's no reason for this.
None.
No one even knows. No one even there even thought it was going to happen. They thought Putin was just
no one even
blowing smoke.
continues. No one even knows why still.
The soldiers don't know why. They're just like, oh, we're in Ukraine.
It's easy it's easy to say like, well, Putin wants to take over Ukraine. Yeah, but he hasn't said that. He actually
Right.
hasn't said what the fuck he wants. Like no one knows.
No.
What is it that you want, man? Like someone's breaking into your house. That's the first thing you'd ask
Yeah.
after maybe trying to shoot them. Is okay, what do you want? You know? They just keep shooting you in the leg.
Yeah,
You're like,
man.
what do you want? You want the TV? You want what is it? That's how I feel about Putin right now. Like all the Macron's been over there, or not over there, but talk to him before the invasion, right? The Zelensky administration.
Did you see Condi? Condi's like, this is not the Vlad I dealt with. He's
really.
Oh yeah, she's like there's something wrong in his brain.
Something clicked off.
Yeah.
I can't imagine how frustrating it is, not only for his cabinet and his generals, for the Russian people, for the Ukrainian people, to be like, what the fuck? What you can't even say what you want.
They showed a clip of him yelling at his generals because they're not doing great over there.
Right.
And the general, if you look at his facial expression, she's just like, I don't know what you want, man. I don't.
So 2 things about the Ukrainian ambassador to the UN. Have you seen this guy?
I think so.
This guy's dead serious.
Uh-huh.
Like, oh man, like he's intense. Anyway, the first thing, on the day after the attack, maybe even the day of, like they were meeting when the attack happened.
Right.
Right. He was sitting across from the Russian ambassador, and he's going off on him, saying like, "Your president. Do you want me to read you the tweet?" Or play the clip of him saying that he's invading. He's invading right now because that guy had just got done saying we're not going to invade or some shit, right? And then he later did correct, like, yes, the president said that we're... Anyway, the ambassador to Ukraine finished his thoughts with, there's no purgatory for war criminals. They go straight to hell, ambassador. And then flipped his mic to the side. I was like, oh, man.
Damn.
Oh, it feels so good, And then today, the UN had a general assembly, like an emergency, all 193 nations. And he got up there to speak, and he read what was alleged to be screenshots from a Russian soldier's phone who was killed. And it was a text message thread between him and his mom. And his mom asking, "Are you still doing training exercises?" And he's like, "Well, we're not doing training exercises. We're in Ukraine now, and we're bombing everyone. We're targeting civilians and everybody." And he says like, "I'm scared." This guy just does. So, of course, you get people online who are like, "Oh, this sounds fake."
No, I mean, from what we've been reporting, the
Right.
soldiers don't really seem to
No.
know why
Well,
what's going on.
And once again, you have to. So combine that with like, if you spend any time on the Ukraine war TikTok, you'll come across Ukrainians driving and happen upon like a Russian armored vehicle, and they'll stop and talk to the guys, and give them shit. Be like, "What do you guys need to ride back to Russia?" Try and make it light. But then they'll also ask like a couple pointed. I think I've seen 2 of these videos that are different, and they'll ask like, "What are you guys doing here?" We don't know. We were just told to come in here. So you guys don't know where you're going? No. In fact, one of them ran out of gas. They're like, "We're out of gas."
Yeah, that's been their newest. That's been Ukraine's. Do you see that? That's their one of their moves right now is they wait for the tanks to pass and then they blow up the road because the fuel trucks come in behind them. And if the fuel trucks can't get by, then the tanks just run out of gas.
That, and did you see the Molotov cocktails?
Oh yeah, lots of that going on.
Shit. Yeah. So it was one clip that showed just like at least 40 milk crates full of Molotov cocktails, and I'm like, well, what do they do with them? So I go to the comments, and sure enough, there's a part 2. And it shows the Russian armored vehicle coming through and just like totally lights it on fire. Then it cuts to another one. These citizens.
Well,
I can't imagine standing out here on Jackson, wherever we are, on, in Ogden, behind the corner of a building, and like, all right, wait, everybody throw it, like these Ukrainians.
Well, just think about it. Putin has painted himself into such a dumbass corner. Like just think how long we were in Afghanistan and Iraq, where we tried to occupy the country with some success, but there was what is it called? In the citizens fight.
Oh, the insurgents.
Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah.
It's late. Insurgency, especially in Iraq. And you think about all the Iraqi soldiers that run frequently. It's pretty common in Iraq and Afghanistan. And these we've got grandmas with guns in Ukraine. Okay, so what are they going to occupy the country for 50 years? Like
And
we spent 20
right.
years in Afghanistan and left losing.
Actually, that was also one of this kid's text messages to his mom. Said Putin told us that we were going to be welcomed here, and now we're bombing them. Like,
Oh yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Well, I've seen a few interviews of the state-run media there, right? And it's
Playing Tucker Carlson.
Yeah, they are. And it's crazy because they're interviewing people and they're like, Ukraine is terrible because the news tells us all this. And and I just thought to myself, man, this is a pretty developed country. They have the internet. I don't know what extent they can use it. Yeah. But I was like, there can't be that many stupid people in Russia. And then I remembered who we elected and everything. And I thought to myself, wait a minute. What if Fox News was the only news that we could watch?
Oh, yeah.
That would be basically, state-run media.
Right.
And how angry we would be with dumb things. And like, oh, man, these Russians...
Yeah, it's already hard enough as it is.
Are being duped.
And we have a relatively free press.
Yeah.
But I did see, I have seen protests in Russia, in St. Petersburg.
There's lots.
And they're being
it's
arrested.
It's hard to protest in Russia. It's pretty much illegal. And
right. So they're arresting like dozens of Russians every night. And I got to hand it to them. It's one thing for like you and I maybe to drive to Salt Lake and protest.
Which they did. There was a big thing today.
And then drive home.
Right.
Right. In Russia, I mean, like I guess it's equivalent to like if we went to protest the war in Iraq and we were arrested. We wouldn't go.
Well, yeah, not if the threat was.
Yeah, it's just such a different life.
If it's a nonviolent protest and people start getting arrested, then
I mean, I think all of it. I think we have had a couple listeners from Ukraine.
Really?
But for the most part, we're all in America.
VPN.
If you don't feel fucking lucky to live in America, where you don't have to line the streets with Molotov cocktails for a foreign army
that doesn't even want to invade
and has no reason to, he still hasn't said what he wants. Have you seen his convoy from space?
Yeah, probably, yeah.
It's like 40 miles long. This convoy,
right?
That I've saw with commercial satellites, not military, right? Mm-hmm. Going from Russia to Ukraine, like he's just ramping up, and all I see when I shouldn't say all I see because it's not like I'm a general or something, but I see these lines, these convoys. I'm like, can't we just tomahawk the shit out of these lines of vehicles right here? I know that would be us escalating, right?
Well, the EU is. Did you see that they're giving them fighter jets?
Yeah, they're giving them a bunch.
Which is kind of crazy.
We're giving them Stingers. I heard a senator on TV.
And Javelins.
Javelins, yeah.
Which Javelins are sick, man. They're going to take those tanks out, no problem.
Right.
They just go up in the air, and then they come down on them.
Yeah, I'm all about it. I think we should send them every fucking thing we have. Because I know that we talked about this in jest last time, and it was like, oh, let's just let him have it. You know what I mean? But,
So
but then it's like, I don't know what he wants. And
if you would have asked me 2 weeks ago, maybe 3, I don't know, if I wanted us to intervene, I'd be like, let Ukraine deal with their own thing. I kind of want to go fuck up Russia now.
I know.
I'm kind of like I
don't necessarily want to go fuck up Russia. I want to kick them the fuck. I want to do what we did to Iraq with Kuwait.
You know what I want to do? You know what I want to do?
I don't know what you want to do.
You know what I want to do to Putin? You know.
I don't know.
I want to Qadaffi him.
It's so terrible.
I'm trying to make that like a thing, Fine, instead of a bayonet, we can strap dildos to the ends of rifles.
Instead of get her done, it's like Qadaffi him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's drag him out and Qadaffi him.
Honestly, the Russian people might do that for us. So here's the 2 things I'm surprised by.
Yeah.
I am surprised by the amount of Ukrainian support in Russia.
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised that the Russian people are standing up.
Well, just think if we invaded Mexico, we'd be like, what?
But we don't get arrested.
Yeah, I know,
out to
but
the street,
us invading Mexico is exactly the same thing. Right. There's nothing in Mexico that we need.
No.
There's nothing.
Which, strangely enough, that you would say that. I don't know if you saw Mr. Trump's speech. Did you see this shit?
Which one? Where he
after
said that
Ukraine
we need,
invaded, right? So Ukraine, Russia's first strategy, Putin's strategy was to take over those 2 areas that were
Right.
separatist controlled,
Right.
and claim that they were Russian.
Right.
Trump's giving a speech that night
Right,
and calls
yeah.
it genius,
Right.
and says, "Why don't we do that with Mexico?"
Right. That's right. Yeah.
What the fuck, man? Like, what are you talking about?
Did you see the Bad Liars video? See if I can pull it
the
up.
one that if it was Biden versus Putin in America, just
Oh no, yeah,
hypothetically, who would you vote for? And the woman said Putin.
yeah. I'm actually talking about. There was another one with a gap tooth lady.
The Good Liars on TikTok. If you haven't followed these guys,
Hold on here. What do you think Hey.
About Vladimir Putin.
He's a piece of crap.
Yeah? You don't like it, he'll poison you.
Yeah.
You think Vladimir Putin is a bad guy?
Yes, definitely.
Control freak.
Control freak.
Is
Yeah.
Ukraine just as
Power
big as Russia?
power grab, steal people's land. I mean, you already own Russia. Why do you leave people alone?
Right. And how would you feel if somebody called him a genius?
I'd feel sick.
Yeah? You think that person probably wouldn't be fit to lead, right?
No.
Right.
No.
And I said, this is genius. Putin declares a big portion of Ukraine. Putin declares it as independent. Oh, that's wonderful.
What do you think about
So I should say that this is at a Trump route or maybe it's CPAC, and she has gap teeth. But more importantly, she has a "Let's Go Brandon" shirt on.
right? Yeah,
Freaking oblivious.
The Good Liars, just so you know, are those 2 guys who make their way to every Trump rally and hardcore conservative event and interview people like this and pin them into saying things. They never really call them on it.
No.
That's why they're called the Good Liars.
Right.
They just get them to say things that they know would
Did you see the T-shirt one?
drive them crazy.
The lady's holding up a Biden sucks Kamala Swallows shirt. You know, F Joe the hoe and the hoe on the back.
Yeah.
And this total cowboy walks by and he's like, "Don't wear that. That's sick." And she's just like, "Oh yeah, yeah, I did." Like just total buyer's remorse. Like, oh my gosh, this fellow patriot just called me a moron.
Yeah, I've been seeing "Let's Go Brandon" on bumper stickers, and a guy saw on a guy wearing a T-shirt at the theater the other night. It's just like, dude.
Did you see on?
Nothing. Like I swear enough, but nothing makes me want to say fuck more than when I see "Let's Go Brandon." I want to walk up to those people and say,
they think,
"Fuck your
they
T-shirt."
think that they're like offending or riling.
Yeah, it's just
like
stupid.
Like
it's the most childish, stupid thing. Whatever, doesn't matter. Anyway,
I'm trying to find this.
We were talking about his convoy.
Oh, here it is.
Yeah. And we were talking about Ukraine sending. Yeah, because his convoy is like 40 miles long.
Listen to this.
We just heard
So,
it was under shelling this
this
morning.
is
although we're not seeing it right there.
This is ABC with George Stephanopoulos and Senator Tom Cotton.
Oh,
dude. It's a racist name. Did you see this?
No, but I hate
I'm gonna
Tom
play.
Cotton.
I'm gonna play a minute for you
Some
here.
intense shelling overnight in the city of Kyiv. We're joined now by Republican Senator Tom Cotton. Senator Cotton, thank you for joining us this morning. Let's begin with what we heard from the Ukrainian ambassador. Said she was grateful for what she's gotten from the United States in the West. So
with their kids making Molotov cocktails, prayers and hashtag the banks in Russia. Well, Vladimir Putin controls 100% of the banks in Russia.
The American people to do more.
American businesses can do more, George,
closer to the end
unless he wants to face moms and teen.
He said he has no message. Why?
Sorry. This is good though. You're gonna like it.
He said last night again, suggested that he would be running for president. When Fox News asked him if he had a message for Vladimir Putin, he said he has no message. Why can't you condemn that? I feel quite confident that if Barack Obama or Joe Biden said something like that, you'd be first in line to criticize him.
Again, George, if you want to talk to the former president about his views or his message, you can have him on your show.
He called him savvy. He says NATO and the U.S. are dumb. Are you prepared to condemn that kind of rhetoric from the leader of your party?
George, you've heard what I have to say about Vladimir Putin, that he is a ruthless...
He asked him the same question like 6 times. And this coward...
Coward.
He cannot He's so far. He's got Donald's tiny dick so far down his throat.
He's so
that
scared.
what is he scared of?
Absolute pussy. He's scared of Trump saying to where's he from? Arkansas or something? That I don't support Tom.
This is embarrassing, man.
Tom Cotton's always been a
This is
piece
so
of shit.
embarrassing for the Republican Party right now. Ted Cruz has said some dumb stuff.
Oh man, the analogies. Have you seen with President Zelensky staying and fighting, like fucking with a gun?
Oh yeah, when Ted Cruz left for a blizzard.
People are like, he ain't no Ted Cruz. all these drawing all these comparisons.
Now, as far as Zelensky goes, he's been an icon. He's been,
This guy was a comedian.
I know. He's basically like if what's the Office guy? To Steve Carell became president of our country. But as far as the validity of, it seems pretty legit that he's still there. That's pretty clear.
Yeah. I think his people are probably begging him to go.
Right.
And I want to say that one of our allies, was it Germany? I can't remember. Somebody said like, "We'll get you out."
Oh,
and
we
he's
did.
like-
We said we'd come to Poland.
And he's like,
or at least the farthest western city.
Yeah. He said something like, "I don't need a ride. I need ammunition."
Right. So
Guy's a badass.
you look at these people, and you look at our politicians, and maybe you can do either party. That's fine.
Yeah.
You can do either party. How many of them do you see doing that?
None.
Like, can you imagine Ted Cruz?
No.
He's like, Ted Cruz, I'm going to stay and fight. He would totally be on camera saying that, and then he would bounce.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, I'm not gonna get my hands dirty. I only use my gun for cooking bacon.
I'm trying to think of the only politician I could think of that might actually stay and fight. Maybe like Evan McMullen, who's running against Mike Lee.
Yeah. I'm probably gonna wait. He's independent, so I can wait. How does that work with our primaries?
If he's independent, then he won't have a primary. He'll just be. He has to get a certain amount.
He
of
is running
signatures.
independent, right?
I believe so.
Okay.
But Mike Lee does have a Republican opponent as well.
Oh,
to primary him.
So that I should change my status Republican so I can vote in the primary.
I'll probably change mine. Yeah. You and I will campaign hard against Mike Lee this coming year.
There are four senators in the U.S. that
I donate to.
That I wouldn't mind getting Gaddafi'd.
Right.
Ted Cruz, Mike Lee, the raping guy,
Matt
Gaetz. No, yeah. Oh, and actually, yeah, whatever.
There's several.
You're right. I'm forgetting a few. The college shower guy,
Jim Jordan.
Jim Jordan.
Oh, apparently George Clooney's working on a documentary about Jim Jordan that he's not going to release until the election's in full swing.
Nice.
Oh man, please.
And
if you live in Ohio,
well, those are senators, though.
No, Jim
I'm
Jordan's a House. He's a representative. Same with Matt Gaetz.
Yeah. Okay, because I'm talking about six-year senators.
Senators, you've got Mike Lee, Ted Cruz, Rand Paul, Mitch McConnell.
I don't need to Gaddafi Mitch McConnell right now. I kind of feel like he's the only.
It's true.
Thing holding things like
he does kind of want to be as much bullshit as he's done.
Yeah, well, he's
I
terrible.
hate his fucking
oh
guts,
yeah, for sure.
But he is the only
but
one.
But I would
that,
take him over these Ted Cruz's.
That's
and
true.
So I don't. Let's not break out the
Gaddafi,
the dildo laden rifles yet. Okay.
If you don't know what happened to Muammar Gaddafi, you don't know what we're talking about. And I would say,
did you know it's Qadaffi? It's like Qadaffi. It's not Gaddafi.
Yeah. Don't look it up though.
Don't watch the video, but you can look it up.
I mean, he was Arab Spring 2011, right? Libya follows Tunisia,
right,
and starts to revolt, and they capture Gaddafi, who had been in power forever. He'd actually spoken at the UN. He was crazy.
Oh yeah.
But anyway, he's a general.
Total Putin kind of guy.
Worse.
And they
Probably
took him
worse.
out in the streets, and they beat him, and they sodomized him with a bayonet.
Dude. See, I told you. It's awful.
That's what I said. We can.
He's an awful guy.
Fine, we can take the bayonet off and put a floppy. It'll even be floppy.
Yeah.
And then
lubed.
But then here's what we're gonna do.
Tom, the political activist, is going around the country to get support for his agenda. And Mr. Garrison, you believe the immigration problem is easy to solve. Yes, them all to death. Let's make this country great again. And when you say them all to death, what are you actually suggesting be done? I'm suggesting we round them all up, pull down their pants, and them until their spirits leave their bodies.
What is
USA! And then after we every last one of them to death, we build a big wall. And if anyone comes over the wall, we them to death too. And then we to death all Dan, we're...
What show is that?
South Park.
Oh, South Park.
Yeah, in the last like 3 seasons ago, Mr. Garrison kind of turns into this Trump character, and
until their spirits leave their body.
And Canada in the series elects like a Trump-esque president, and all the Canadians start immigrating here, and he gets really angry about it, and he starts running for president.
Oh, that's fantastic.
So yeah, we Qadaffi him to death.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, that's where we are. I'm looking at our notes now.
Yeah. I do feel like there was more I wanted to say, but it doesn't really. Everyone knows.
Well, all I know is it's actually getting scarier. I look at Putin's convoy, and I can't help but fear for the Ukrainians because they're already not very strong, right? Like they got spirit.
They're strong. They just don't have.
They
don't have the manpower.
Right. They're like the Rocky Balboa.
Did you hear today Ukraine got rid of all their border entry requirements?
Just
so
anybody.
Anyone that wants to come fight.
So you'll have Russians killing Russians.
I have an idea. Now we're gonna need a little bit of money for this. Okay. Let's hire a jumbo jet, a big 777, a big plane. We'll charter it.
Yeah.
From here to Poland.
Yeah.
And we'll tell them we'll offer free rides to all the militia people here, the Proud Boys, all the people that are just crazy and just have bloodlust.
Holy shit! That's
we send them over there, and it's kind of a win-win situation.
They'd probably pay. Yeah, they'd pay.
Okay, whatever. If they want to pay, if they want to chip in.
$5,000.
We'll start a GoFundMe.
$5,000 to get your VIP seat to the front line.
It's free if you want to ride on the wings. If you want to ride in the wheel wells. If you want first class, it's $5,000, and you do get a nice AR that.
Right. For every. Never mind.
That was going to get pretty messed up.
It's just going to get dark. That's not a bad idea, though.
Yeah. Well, I think that was not. Well, that's why they did it today. Canceled all the border requirements. Not that they were expecting Americans to come, but anyone around. But those there are people that went to go fight in Syria. A ton of people with bloodlust that just wanted to go. There's a documentary about it.
Remember all the contractors, like what was it, Blackwater?
Yeah.
I wonder if we're going to send any of those guys, because then they're they're not quite connected.
I would imagine that anything like that is already there.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like somewhat like plausible deniability.
Well, remember Chris posted on Facebook. Chris, he's been on the show a million times.
Yeah.
And he asked what you would do if you were. His question was vague, but anyway, I said, I think that we should get our special forces to get with Ukraine's special forces. We can all use Ukrainian weapons and go assassinate Putin.
Yeah, like fucking Air Force One style.
Yeah.
Opening scene to Air Force One. They make it's so easy.
Because we do that stuff all the time.
All they do is parachute in. They got silenced pistols that they can hit people from like 400 yards with.
They just got to be Ukrainian guns. They got to be AKs. I can't use ours. There can't be anything, any casings that link us.
I don't know enough about
them.
About Russian politics, but what would really happen?
I don't know. Well,
I mean,
it depends. It depends. That's why it has to be another country. It can't be us.
But I've seen some cabinet meetings that I'm like, I don't think these guys like Putin very much.
How could you?
So what would happen if he was actually taken out?
There's no way to tell. What I'd hope is they would just be like, all right, come home. We're done. We're done. He's gone. He's gone.
Yeah, no more KGB. like
He's got to have loyalists though, because otherwise he wouldn't be in power, right? But
I don't know. He's apparently like in reality, he's like the richest guy in the world. But it's just like all his assets and shit, you know. But the Russian economy is
he's starving his people.
It's shitting the bed. Yeah.
It just doesn't seem like it's gonna end well for him.
Yeah. Anyway, should we take a break?
Qadaffi. Qadaffi Him.
You're gonna make a T-shirt out of it.
I don't know, man.
That's
I actually
pretty-
did think about it, but I was like, how can I make this?
You just have to go all out. You'd have to go just a fucking M16 with a dildo.
So messed up.
Yeah, like
Qadaffi Him.
It's like a soldier, like with a mean face, like squirting lube onto it.
Do like the pictures that we remember our Marines or whatever that had all the Iraqis in a
Oh, dude,
just like that sort of thing.
We might have to cut this out.
No, man, we're talking about Putin and Qadaffi Him.
That's true. Yeah, fuck that guy.
Yeah, that if he got Qadaffi, that could be the best thing that happened to him.
That's true. That's fair. That's fair.
Oh, where's my music? Oh, there it is.
But guess what I have today when we come back?
I don't
The
AIDS?
Onion. I have another
Coronavirus.
versus InfoWars.
I actually have one for you too.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. Should be
It's
fun.
it's not quite topical, but I think it'll stump you.
All right.
That and a couple random headlines when we come back.
We interrupt your regularly scheduled program to bring you these random headlines.
Welcome back.
Whew!
I always say welcome back, and I realize that people listening didn't go anywhere.
I don't know. Maybe they did. What if they paused and then got out to the grocery store, and then right when they came back, they heard, "Welcome back." I mean, that's
fair enough.
In all the plays we've had, all the millions and millions,
Right.
that's had to have happened once.
Twice. Right, yeah, once.
At the very minimum, once.
Yeah. I'll go with that.
A Florida man. So, man, they really do have the worst
It is.
stories. Like,
it is.
It's
a weird
is there
place.
like a reason that people are so stupid there? Is it like
I think, well, I was going to say it's because there's a lot of people there, but then I realized there's a lot of people like in California, and you don't hear
or
California.
do they
man.
just like stand out more, or I don't know. Anyway,
I think it's just a weird place.
a man was arrested, big surprise, after stealing a crossbow by stuffing it down his trousers. It does say trousers, so I don't know if this is like
Oh, yeah.
Florida, England. Or the 46-year-old can be seen walking to the shop with a crutch before taking a pair of cutting tools and removing the security tag on a who cares what brand it is? The guy put a crossbow in his pants. Is it like for is it like supposed to help prop them up? Like, buy a Raven Rio crossbow. It'll fit next to your penis.
This was a conspiracy.
What do you mean?
This brand paid this man.
You think that this is a paid for content?
Yes.
Because putting crossbows in your pants is so like.
Dude, you know, if you're going to do this, like, look at this guy. You got to wear Jinkos. You know?
Jinkos? Like, that's not suspicious.
You come walking
Like,
in. Get out of the store. Get the fuck out of the store.
Someone walks in with Jinkos who, you know what? There's probably a good chunk of our listeners, because remember how old we are now, who are like, what is a Jinko? Back in the 90s, kids.
Jinkos were a brand
people
of
wore
jeans.
jeans that were literally
Made
the
of
size of an elephant's leg.
They were made of, I believe it was an acre of denim. If you unfolded them, kind of like your intestines.
Yeah.
If you unfold a pair of Jinkos, it was an acre of denim.
Exactly. It was ridiculously wide jeans, and
Would've
yeah,
been perfect
You
to
could
steal
stick
a crossbow.
You could stick. Let's just say it was probably a really great time for shoplifting.
Yeah.
The 90s was the best time for shoplifting.
See, this crossbow's all folded up. With Jinkos, you could have had that thing ready to go.
Probably could have put it in a deep pocket.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that deep back pocket.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
No
sure.
one would have even noticed.
Nope.
Jinkos. Man. Hope that doesn't come back in my lifetime.
Dude, I know that those. I actually never wore Jinkos. Did you?
I never had a pair.
I was probably because I couldn't afford them.
Right. I had baggy jeans, but not that baggy. And my dad hated them.
Not like that's like
that was
ICP.
one of the things where he was like, "Listen here, boy, my kid's not going to be wearing no." I almost said the word thug, which apparently is a bad word now. Did you know that?
Well, especially if you're using it in that context.
But did you see?
I did.
The guy.
The basket. Yeah.
I can't tell you how many basketball announcers I've heard use the word thug.
Yeah.
And he got fired. I'm just kind of like,
I think context
this
matters.
might have been.
I didn't listen to the clip, but context always matters.
Just, I don't know.
Yeah.
Just, I kind of was like, oh, I got to really watch what I say now. I might say like, and someone's going to be like, that is offensive.
It is or in this situation.
To people who know good grammar, I don't know. Anyway, a herd of escaped cows makes a late night visit to a Georgia neighborhood. A Georgia homeowner's doorbell camera. It's a doorbell camera. There's cows in the neighborhood.
Look at that.
Oh, that's awesome. I honestly hope that my little alarm goes off on my phone that says there's someone at my doorbell and there's a herd of cattle outside my house. I can't think of a better way.
Like, that's a lot of cows.
Dude,
like,
look at that. He's
just in this
sniffing
one
the doorbell.
picture, there's like 1, 2, 3,
Oh,
4,
he's
5,
so
6,
cute.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It's like 11 just in this one photo.
Oh, no, there's look at if you continue this is got to be like 100 cows. Hold on. It's got to say somewhere. Let's see. The Warner Robins resident identified only as Alicia because, you know.
You don't want people killing your kid.
At about 3 a.m., she was awoke by the alert from her Ring doorbell cam, which detected activity. Mine goes off all the time, but it's normally just cats. Alicia said she was shocked. If you woke up...
I would think I was dreaming.
Yeah, if you woke up at 3 in the morning and you looked over and saw that, would you get up or would you go back to sleep thinking that you're hallucinating?
I would definitely think I was hallucinating. I'm like, I'm having a dream in a dream. Like, either or I'm lucid dreaming finally.
Oh, the cows are here. There's no big deal. Go to bed, honey.
Yeah.
Well, who's at the door? Oh, it's the cows. I don't know.
Like, one cow.
Did you say cows? No, yeah, there's like hundreds of them. Okay.
One cow, strange event.
Right.
2 cows, neighbor's fence was open.
I mean, yeah, you know, 2 of them
Herd
made
of
it together.
cows. Yeah, I would think, what the like, the fucking Russia's invading.
They escaped from a dairy farm with cows. That's how India would invade. Yeah, 2 miles. The cows walked 2 miles from a dairy, and no one's really sure how they escaped.
Well, you know, the world's a twisted place.
And the cows were fast. What the? The world's a twisted place. This world. You can't even
trust the
sleep
cows
at
anymore.
night without cows destroying your lawn.
They bit the lock off and...
Oh, they left lovely cow pies on the lawn. Well,
Sure
that's
they
good
did.
fertilizer, right? Well, people pay a lot of money for that.
It's true. Maybe it depends on if they're like male or female, you know, like dog pee.
Does that matter?
I heard, I don't know. I heard with dogs.
You
I
heard, huh?
I saw an article.
Okay, Donald.
Didn't read
Over
it.
here, I'm hearing.
A lot of people are saying. Have you ever heard that? Like dog pee? Like that girl dog pee burns the grass?
I haven't heard that, but I believe that is a thing.
You believe that I've heard it?
I
think that you.
I don't
think
know.
you've
It could
heard
be more acidic for whatever reason. The dog's pee hole is closer to the female dog's pee hole. Maybe there's
Female
more
dog urine
an acidic
burns
dogina.
grass.
I don't know.
I'm gonna look. When concentrated urine collects in a single area, lawn damage happens. All dogs
Great to know.
that squat to urinate, including females, puppies, elderly dogs, small dogs, and some adult males, can burn grass.
Wait, adult males?
If they squat to pee.
Wait, like people? Because it didn't specify.
Well, it does say dogs earlier in the sentence.
Oh.
Yeah.
Dogs and adult males.
If they squat to
If
pee.
they squat.
Oh, that's good.
Interesting.
Yeah.
How much would you pay for a Pokemon card?
It would depend on the value.
What if it had a rare Pikachu on it?
If I knew that I could flip it, then I might pay a lot.
If you could flip it.
You know?
So apparently in 1998, which is that that when Pokemon was? I thought it was later. A rare Pokemon card was made called the Illustrator card. I guess it was Pikachu with a paintbrush or something. Anyway, it recently went to auction.
Were you a Pokemon guy?
Yes, but I don't tell a lot of people because in reality, I was
announced
probably too old to be into Pokemon. But, it is what it is.
I've literally never played. I don't even know the concept. I didn't even play the phone.
The
app.
game is fun, like the real, the real original games.
The card game.
It was fine. I mean, I don't really remember how to play it or anything, but the Game Boy game, that was where it really took off. And that was before, you could Bluetooth or anything. And me and Luis and a couple other friends had Game Boys, and you had to link them up.
Yeah.
And then you could have Pokemon battles. It was fun.
The original LAN party.
Basically.
Yeah. Is this the card right here?
Yeah, it is.
The Illustrator card.
Did you see how much it went for?
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay. $900,000.
Holy shit.
$900,000.
Is there only one?
It's not even a 10 rating. It's only a 7 out of 10. Let's see. Sports.
Here's one for $1.94 on AliExpress.
See, here's the thing about people who make a lot of money on this kind of crap. You see this card and you're like, oh my gosh, I have that card. And then you look through and you're like, oh, I'm a millionaire. But then you find out that your particular card doesn't have the error or the particular mint or the whatever it is.
There's a holographic dick in the background.
The illustrators from The Little Mermaid were used to make this card, and it is chock full of penises.
Oh, man. Did you see the Michael Jordan's first game ticket just recently?
What do you mean? Oh, a ticket to his game?
But untorn, non-used.
Oh. That sucks for somebody that didn't get to go see the game. Tickets are meant to be torn.
Right. Dude, he got it from somebody. He got 2 tickets from somebody, asked some buddies to go. Nobody would go because the Bulls sucked. So
Well, that was probably back in the day when seeing an NBA game wasn't like $250,000.
Yeah. So he went with 1 ticket and then put the unused ticket in an envelope when he got home, and he turned into
smart.
a guy who saved it like $500,000.
There's got to be something that I have.
For an untorn ticket, I'm like, could I get a ticket and glue it?
No,
very
it doesn't
carefully.
count.
You wouldn't know.
Oh, they would know. Have you not seen Pawn Stars? They know. Okay, the experts know.
I have footage from that game, and someone is in that seat, so I know that ticket was used.
That is probably what they would do.
Right.
I mean, they solved a murder doing that, or yeah. Anyway,
didn't solve it.
Well, yeah, they you're
it
right.
goes unsolved because
right.
of the footage.
Correct.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. We don't have music for Onion. We used to have. I swear we had music for Onions and InfoWars.
We did have music for Brian's stories that we haven't done in like 100
Do you
episodes.
have one?
I mean, I can find one real quick if you want, but we can do Onion versus InfoWars real quick.
Okay, I saw these stories.
Oh, you're going to do it to me.
Yeah, I want you to. I know you've got one too,
Yeah,
but
okay.
I also want you to. Why do I have Rescue 911 music? What did we do?
I feel like it was probably when Ethan was on the show as a doctor, maybe?
Oh,
No. It was when Riley was on. Really? It has to be.
You know what we haven't done? And I feel okay doing this because his wife posts about it all the time.
Talk about Riley?
Yeah.
He's okay.
So you may remember a few months ago we had Riley. Actually, it was last year sometime, wasn't it? Or maybe the year before. I don't know. We had a officer from the unknown department. I don't think we ever said his department.
UPD, unknown police department.
I was going to say that's actually a unified. But it wasn't them.
It wasn't unified.
He was on the show, and it was one of our highest.
Right, because it was Ask a Cop.
Rated show, Ask a Cop. That was the first time we skipped random headlines.
It was in the thick of George Floyd.
Yes.
That's why we had
I think so. No, that must have been after. Was it 2020?
Fuck, man.
I don't know. Who knows? Anyway, he got shot.
Yeah. He was in a crazy shootout.
Yeah. So there was a the guy's name was Joker.
Yeah. Was that his? I mean, it's
No,
obviously
it
not his real
wasn't.
name.
But
It's
I
like
think
his-
he might have had it like legally changed or something. Anyway, so there was a sort of a hostage situation, right?
Yeah, Joker had a 9-month-old baby.
Yeah.
His child, and he was pulled over into a gas station, and they did work out a way to transfer the baby.
Yeah, the baby came out.
So the baby got out of the car. The footage is actually pretty crazy.
It
Of
is.
Of course, it went to Sim Gill, the Attorney General, to see if it was justified, because they killed him.
Yeah, he did come out shooting.
Yes, he was shooting. Obviously,
Well, he shot
got hit.
Riley and some other guy.
Yeah, I mean it was fairly calm situation, and then you hear a couple cops yell "gun, gun." Strangely enough, you heard one cop yell "where," which you don't hear often in these circumstances.
Over there at the other store. I see you at the pawn shop.
I was proud of them though. That's some restraint. Usually, when you hear the gun yelled 3 times, that's shots are fired before they finish the last gun. Right? So anyway,
It's not funny to laugh at just that crash in Salt Lake.
dude, yeah. There was a lot of shots at this one too.
Yeah. So yeah, Joker came out and shot a bunch of rounds, and one of them actually,
I think he hit 2
he
cops.
got shot in the shoulder and the leg, and I didn't realize how close he came to dying, but it was actually a lot closer than we thought. He lost a lot of blood, and a lot of people were surprised he made it.
You can actually see him on the video too. You can see him back up, if that's him. Unless that's the other cop.
Well, there's video of
Riley.
his body cam.
Well,
he's the one that gets shot and falls down.
Right, but he falls to the back, right?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
yeah.
And they drag him out.
Because there's video from the side view from another cop's
Yeah.
camera that you can see him.
Yeah.
He's behind the shield. Like cop's holding a shield, and
Right,
Riley's
right.
behind that guy.
Yeah, I think so.
But he gets tagged, and so he backs up. Anyway.
So yeah. So thoughts and prayers.
Yeah, we were gonna talk.
I don't know if he'll ever want to come back on and talk about it. I'd have no idea. He seemed like he wouldn't mind talking about it, but I don't want to push anything because I don't know what being shot does to a person.
Man, it would fuck me up.
I don't think that he's gone. I know that he's. I don't know. I wouldn't say healed, but he is up and moving and functional.
Right.
And I think he might be having some issues with his hands.
Some nerve stuff.
Yeah, but that was like a month ago that I heard that, so I don't know if that's what's
For
what's
sure.
going
I mean,
on,
it's we were texting about the shooting, and then you said something. You said, "Have you seen this?" And I said, "Please tell me that wasn't Riley."
I know.
And you said it, and you sent me a picture of him in the hospital.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Well, I text him. I was like, "Hey, dude, you all right?" And he's like, "Yeah, other than being shot." And I was like, "No, you're not serious, right?" Then he sent me the same picture. I'm like, "Holy crap, dude!"
Yeah. Well, because I don't remember. I don't know if I knew at the time whether or not a police officer had died. So I was like,
right.
Please tell me. Anyway, but yeah, he's good.
Yeah.
He survived.
I want to know what that does to your psyche, man. Like, I don't know. Anyway, we'll save that for another episode. We got bigger things going on, like Ukraine and InfoWars.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's what we were doing.
Yeah.
InfoWars.
Well,
Okay.
let's see. Oh, that's right. I played Rescue 911 because I couldn't find the music.
This storm
Oh,
will kill you.
okay.
It will kill your children.
Holy
it will
shit,
kill
I
your
sent you the
pets,
video of
and
Shep
everyone you know who wants to mess with it.
saying BJ on
that
or
was
blowjob
awesome.
on the air. Oh, it's hilarious. I'm sorry. We digress.
Okay.
Go ahead.
All right, here's the first story with Onion. Yeah, it is Onion. It's late. Whoa.
It's like 9.
Onion or it's 10. It is 10.
It is 10.
Onion or InfoWars. Here's the first story.
Okay.
Leftists use mass censorship because they don't have the guts to engage in fair debate.
Okay.
The second story. The second story. Punxsutawney Phil is beheaded.
That's it?
Punxsutawney Phil is beheaded for inaccurate prediction.
He did die, except it wasn't Punxsutawney Phil. It was his name.
Oh my god. Okay. Which one's the real one?
I'm gonna say Punxsutawney Phil being beheaded is the Onion. And
no.
and what was the other one? What was the other
I don't
thing?
know.
Oh,
I found the
leftists-
Punxsutawney Phil one, and then I just found something else on the InfoWars to go with it.
leftist thing is InfoWars. So no, the groundhog did die.
Oh no!
I mean, there's in Punxsutawney, but it's like a different. They have a different name for him, but it's always an alliteration.
Did you see the horse? The poor horse died. The one they stripped the Triple Crown from.
Yeah.
And-
Yeah.
Ugh.
Oh yeah. Milltown Mel was his name.
Oh.
He died just before the prediction. I think.
Did he die doing what he loved?
Sitting in his cage.
Sitting in his cage, waiting to be picked out
Yeah.
and thrown and shown to a bunch of people.
Yeah. All right, now it's my turn. The Onion versus InfoWars. You ready for your first headline?
Yeah.
First headline. Russian soldiers' guns, tanks vanish into thin air as first wave of sanctions takes effect.
Okay.
Or InfoWars.
You just first of all,
Ukraine releases.
First of all, you just gave away the answer. Second of all, I saw that Onion, and I actually was thinking about.
Okay, sorry I gave it away, but the InfoWars headline I was going to use was WTF, Ukraine releases convicted murderers and criminals to fight Russian forces.
Oh, that's actually a true story, though.
I know it is, but it was a good one, right?
Yeah.
I mean, there's more to it. They have to have combat experience.
Yeah.
But yes.
Yes.
Oh, man, I can't believe I gave it away like that.
Well,
It is
I
lame.
saw the Onion
Okay.
story, and I laughed out loud when I saw it. 'Cause I was like,
The story is you got. I like to read the first paragraph that they write. You know?
right.
Leaving journalists and eyewitnesses absolutely stunned as they watched in amazement. Russian soldiers' guns and tanks were reportedly vanishing into thin air Friday as the first wave of international sanctions took effect. Cries of "No, the sanctions, they're kicking in," were heard across the northern district of the capital. According to sources, assault rifles were seen quivering, then slowly turning into dust, and in some cases a cloud of butterflies.
Oh my gosh. Oh, man.
The Onion.
Those are two great stories.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah. Oh,
Good stuff.
I think we got enough for TikTok on this one. We
I
should
think so.
should probably.
We could pick it apart for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we done?
I don't have anything else.
Yeah. I don't think so.
Nothing else on the old agenda.
I guess not. Man.
Well, we appreciate you guys sticking around with us. It's been a fun episode. Hopefully you're not having too big of an existential crisis with World War III on the brink. Find us at the Artake Pod on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, or the artakepodcast.com, where you can find all of our new merchandise. Go get yourself some socks for episode 123. I'm Brian.
Let's Qadaffi him.